Ask instead of demand. Try to avoid using phrases like you should or you better not. Hello everyone and welcome to Gems and Pearls with Love. My name is Caitlin Clarice. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm happy you stopped by and I hope you would stay and subscribe. And to all who have subscribed and are returning, thank you so very much. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate when you guys like and comment. All of it is very much appreciated. On this channel here, I talk about pretty much everything related to biblical womanhood, being a godly wife specifically, being a godly mother, homemaking, biblical femininity, and the like. So, in the last video I shared, I talked about ways that I was a disrespectful wife. It is what it is. I told you guys from the beginning that on this channel, I plan on being real. I plan on being open with you guys. I just laid it all out there and let you guys know the ways that I disrespected my husband and things that I did to kind of help bring about change, as well as ways that caused my husband to even change based on the changes that were made. So if you haven't seen that video, I definitely recommend that you go ahead and watch that one. But without further ado, let's get into this video. This video, I plan on talking about ways that we as wives or wives-to-be can work towards showing our husbands respect or even reverence. In Ephesians 5 verse 33, the wife is told that she is to see that she reverence her husband. In the King James Version, I know in other versions it says respect. To me, reverence is just a deeper sense of respect. That is the best way I could think to explain it. So whether you call it reverence, respect, whatever you want to, whatever floats your boat, that's basically what we're going to be talking about today. So number one is to greet your husband. Greet him when he comes home from work. I know that we are busy. I know we may be cooking a meal, cleaning, whatever we are doing. However, in order to show him that we just adore him and we respect him, what better way than to pause what we are doing, go to him with a nice warm smile and an even warmer hug and kiss, and let him know that I'm happy to see you. Welcome. Number two kind of ties into this. Don't cause him to feel like he is an interruption. And girl, I'm telling you, this is a hard one for me as well. If I am doing something really important with the kids, or I'm focused on something that I'm doing and he were to call me at that time, I sometimes would just feel a little bit agitated because this was not really a good time to call. However, he's important. Our husband is important and we want him to feel that he's important. We want to feel that he is respected. So let's challenge ourselves to switch from feeling like, oh my gosh, this is an interruption to what I'm doing, to this is a pleasant surprise. It's my hubby, it's my love, he's calling. And make yourself feel excited. It's a pleasant surprise, not an interruption. That way we can answer the phone without feeling annoyed and irritated and instead be warm and welcoming. Next, I would say, give him your undivided attention. When he is talking to you, whether it's about his day or whatever the conversation may be. I mean, to be honest, when you're talking to anybody, it's not really polite to be looking down at our phones or, just being distracted by something else. So how much more do we want to show that respect and reverence to our husband where we're actually commanded to do so? So when he's talking to you, put down the phone, put down why can't I speak? Put down the distractions and let him know that, I'm here, I'm listening, and look at him with this look that shows interest, that silently communicates care and even admiration. Next is for us wives to work towards respecting our husband's position. Our husbands do not need to earn their position as the head of their family. This position has been appointed to him by God. So whether you believe that he deserves it or not, this is what it is. This is God's will. So therefore you should respect his position, respect his authority, and submit to him. Unless obviously he's asking you to sin, or do something that is that you know that would be displeasing to God, you are to submit to him. My next tip is to ask instead of demand. Try to avoid using phrases like you should or you better not and others that come across as demanding. Instead, we should try to rephrase what we are saying in a way where we are suggesting or asking or just sharing our thoughts. Next, ladies, let's work towards speaking highly of our husbands. Make a habit of just speaking well of him, speaking about his strengths and the good things that he has done. Speak about the things that you love about him and all that you're grateful for. I know it is common in this culture and in today's society to bash our husbands and get together and talk about how annoying he is and how he did this and he did that. This should not be the conversation amongst us godly wives that are seeking to respect our husbands. We should be uplifting him. They should know about all the things that we just absolutely adore of him. Now, if there's something going on in your marriage and you really need to discuss it, you should definitely be careful who you discuss it with. Go to somebody who is, like a really seasoned person of God that you know that you can trust. Like maybe it's the pastor, the pastor's wife, or just someone that you know that this is somebody that is going to give you good, godly advice. And you can obviously get counsel and talk to that person. But even when you're talking to that person, it's not a bashing session. It is you just letting them know this is what's going on. Maybe this is what's hurting you, and sharing that and getting advice and getting that counsel that you need. However, when it comes to just casual conversations, the topic of your husband's flaws or what he did that irritated you or shouldn't necessarily be the theme of the conversation. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. When you are sharing something that's a bit more on the negative side when it comes to your husband or your marriage, it should be based on trying to find a solution for the problem, not on just trying to share that your husband is a jerk. Now, the next one is specifically for you moms. Let's encourage our children to respect their father. Let me tell you some things that we can do to do just that. As we were just talking about speaking well of our husbands, let's speak well of him to our children. That can look like, wow, Daddy worked so hard for us. That's why you were able to get this new doll. Like, aren't you just so happy that to have a dad that works hard for you to be able to get these things? Or, wow, look at what Daddy did for me yesterday. I'm just so grateful for that. I'm so thankful to have such a wonderful husband. Another thing we can do is encourage our children to ask their father for permission for things. Like if they're coming to you to ask permission for things, and it's especially if it's something a little bit more bigger, encourage them. It doesn't have to be literally every time or all the time, but when he's available, when he's right there, maybe encourage them to, ask your father. That can kind of show that you really respect his opinion and his view on things, especially when it comes to your children. Another thing you can do, and I also believe is really important, is avoid letting things slide that is not approved by your husband. If you know, for example, that your husband doesn't want your children jumping on the furniture, whereas you feel like, well, I don't really mind if he does. It's all fine and dandy to tell them not to jump on the furniture when he's there, but when he's not there, are we still making sure that they know that they have to follow the rules that their dad has put in place? Another way that we can show our children that we respect our husbands is by speaking about the things that we disagree with privately. Okay, moving right along. Hope you guys are not getting too bored with me here. When our husband has asked us to do something, we should try our best to do so joyfully. Just not complaining, not sighing, not rolling our eyes. Try to do it with joyfully and with a good attitude. We should also prioritize what he's asked us to do. What better way to show him that we truly respect him when we don't just take the thing that he's asked us to do and put it in the back burner for when we're done with our whole list. Try to prioritize what he's asked us to do. If for any reason you need to decline what he's asked you to do, like, I don't know, it can be for many various reasons. Maybe it's just something that cannot be done or that should not be done. Do so respectfully and gently. Just let him know, honey, I'm very sorry, but I actually have an appointment at that time and I really won't be able to do that. Is there any way I could help you another time, or is there anything else I can do to help? Just make sure that you're not just like, no, just make sure you cannot do something he's asked you to do. I think you guys get the point. Just say it and just let him know in a respectful, gentle way. All right, guys, this is my last major point, and that is that you respect his relatives and his friends. Being overly critical or judgmental about his friends and his relatives, people that also mean a lot to him, is not going to be coming across as very respectful of him. I know this can be hard for some of us. We may have very challenging relationships with our in-laws and whatever other reasons it might be challenging, and even sometimes just because of the way that they may treat us. However, we are ladies, we are classy, and even if we may not necessarily love the person's company, we can still be kind and respectful. Another way we can do this is to show good hospitality and just try our best to make them feel welcome. Okay, guys, so I also have now just a few bonus things that I have written down last minute, so I'm going to try to get through them quickly. Ask for his opinion. What he thinks about something you plan to do or just in general. So let him know, like, hey, I was thinking of joining the book club at the library. What do you think about that? Just get him involved, ask his opinion, see what he thinks about it. Make a habit of asking him if there's anything you can do for him. When you're getting up, can I get you anything? Do you like a drink, honey? Is there anything I can do for you? Something that I like to try to do is the day before, when it gets late in the evening, I like to ask my husband, is there anything you'd like me to get done tomorrow for you? Just that will help him to feel like you care about him. You care about his needs. You care about, you care. Sharing and serving his meals. I also feel like it's a great way to show that respect and reverence. Avoiding criticizing his opinions and decisions. Obviously, you share with him what you think, but when he's made that final decision, and even if things don't really go the way that he planned and things go down sour, try to avoid saying "I told you so." That was a habit that I have personally, that I tried my best to work towards not having that "I told you so" attitude. Ask first before finalizing plans. Don't interrupt him while he is speaking. That is a habit that I have because I'm just so excited to say what I need to say, and I might just say right while he's talking. Bad habit that we should work towards breaking. Try not to interrupt him. Let him finish what he is saying. That is a way to show that we respect him. Speak in a respectful and gentle tone, and we should think through our responses. Especially if we are upset or irritated, we should probably take time to calm down and think through our responses. We all should also be watchful of our facial expressions. I know some of y'all, I cannot be the only one where sometimes I can keep my mouth shut, but yeah, this is saying stuff that shouldn't be saying. Yeah, so we have to be careful of making sure we're not giving faces like, that's kind of coming across as disrespectful, as well as even our body language. They can all sometimes express feeling of irritation and disdain and disrespect. Okay, and finally, guys, one last tip, and that is to submit to him even in the little things. Ephesians 5:24 says, "Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit in everything to their husbands." So, does it really matter how the towels are put away? If it matters to him, then it does. So even if it's not only just about the big life-changing decisions, it's also in the little things. If he says to you, "I would like this to be done this way," and it's nothing that is, again, that is sin or causing you to be in danger or other people to be in danger, girl, just do it. All right, ladies, so that is it. I want to make sure and say that I am not perfected in any of these things whatsoever. There's some things I may be a little bit better at with practice than others, but I'm not perfect. We are in this together. I would love if you would jump in the comments and let me know if there's any of these specific things that I talked about where you would love to hear me talk more in detail about and expand on something specifically a bit more. I would love for you to let me know if there's anything that you think that you have maybe done or seen that is disrespectful to a husband, where you feel like I didn't mention here and you want to add that. I would love if you would talk about that, and let's just continue on the discussion, guys. Let's continue on this discussion, Guys, I am in this with you. We're in this together as godly wives, striving to be better wives, striving to be the wives that truly glorify our Heavenly Father. So guys, let's talk in the comments. Let's discuss. Let's talk about what you disagree with, and as long as you do it respectfully, I will respond to you. And otherwise, guys, that is it. Thank you again so very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye. Let's encourage our husband. How can we do that? I'll tell you some ways. That sounded so lame. So that way, you know, your children are not feeling like